I just recorded an entire podcast episode around one word, guilt. And I was talking about guilt as it relates to the betrayer, to the betrayed, to anybody. For the betrayer, if you're feeling guilty, it's the most useless emotion there is. So if you tie the guilt to something positive, like every time I feel guilty, let's say you're rebuilding with your partner, every time I feel guilty, I will say or do something kind. Now you're doing something with it. It's positive. For the betrayed, they're feeling guilty because maybe it's early on in recovery and rebuilding and they have revenge thoughts, or they're rage, or they're feeling emotions that are scary to them, and they feel guilty that they have those emotions. Well, give yourself some grace and space. You're in stages 2 or stage 3 out of the 5 stages from betrayal to breakthrough. And what I recommend is you can feel them. You just don't want to act on them, because the version of you in stages 4 and stage 5 will probably be glad that you didn't. Now let's talk about guilt with just other things. Like, let's say you're having the most amazingly delicious, decadent dessert, and you're like, oh, I feel so guilty. Well, then, what joy is that? If you're going to bother eating it, enjoy it thoroughly and fully. It's as if we feel guilty and it kind of cancels it out. It doesn't cancel it out. So if you're going to enjoy it, enjoy it. Let's say you feel guilty because you're taking some downtime or having some fun, and you're feeling guilty about doing that. Well, you know, it's really interesting because it's so easy to see. If someone you love said, I'm so stressed, I need some downtime, you'd be like, well, of course, take time for yourself, care for yourself. Why is it that we have such a hard time doing that for ourselves? But it's so easy for us to see and recommend with other people. So if you're feeling guilty that you are taking that downtime, take a look at why. This could also be a worthiness issue too. Why is it that you're not worthy and deserving of some downtime or some fun? So it is one word, guilt, but we just it follows us around in so many different areas of life. So I invite you to take a look and see how guilt is preventing you from feeling certain things or from acting in certain ways. And take a look and see how useless it's been. And if you're going to bother feeling guilty, tie it with something positive, or at the very least, take a look and see what areas are you feeling guilty about that's worthy of just, it's enough. Time to let it go. So I hope that helps. That episode is coming out in a few weeks. Follow for more.